All right, Brian, we're ready to go tech-wise whenever you are.
That is great. Let's go ahead and can we get up the participation slide and we'll just get going right away.
Yes.
Thanks for getting going so quickly. I know we ran long the meeting before, partly because of me.
No worries.
Perfect. Okay. Good morning. I will call Committee of the Whole to order for today, December 15th, and for the last time. We've got our standard slides up relative to where the agenda can be found for our meetings. And if we could scroll down, and as we continue to meet virtually during the pandemic, we have these opportunities for providing public comment using the raise or lower hand feature if you're a participant in Zoom, being able to do so by clicking on more if you're doing participating on an iPhone or Android phone. Landline, you can use *9 to raise and lower your hand. And as always, we have the City Council voicemail number and email number to provide messages to all of council at any point, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Thank you. Let's see, I'm a little out of practice. Our first item is roll, and if you all wouldn't mind calling roll, that would be great.
Yes. Stacy Anderson? Not here? All right. Mirta Becerra? Nope. Heather Harp?
Present.
Jordan Hess?
Present.
Oh, I skipped one. John Contos?
Here.
All right. Gwen Jones? Not here.
Here.
Oh,
Thank you.
here.
She's there.
Julie Merritt?
Present.
Jesse Ramos?
Here.
Amber Sherrill?
I'm here, but I'm eating a late breakfast, so I'm leaving my video.
Sandra Vasika?
Present.
Brian von Lossberg is here.
I'm here.
And Heidi West.
I'm here.
All right.
Great. We have this approved from October 27th. Any changes to those minutes? Seeing none, those will stand approved. Any public comment on non-agenda items? We have no attendees from the public. So we'll move in. This is to our committee business. This is an annual process where we review items that are held in city council committees. I think in the past, we typically have done this in January, but we're doing a little bit earlier before January. And with folks stepping off.
Brian,
yeah.
Can I interrupt you? Can we jump in and see if there's any public comment?
I did actually.
Oh, I'm sorry. My mistake.
No problem. No public in attendance, so no public comment. We have a number of referrals. So this is a cleanup process for referrals that are outstanding. And as it says in the agenda, basically we can remove these or assign a new sponsor. And I just intend to go down. They're organized by committee. I'm going to go down through each one. I either offer a recommendation if it's something I'm involved with, or go to the current sponsor or staff member on the referral. And we'll typically take these without objection. Certainly, if there is objection, we can have a discussion about it. So to start off in administration and finance, there's an MRA policy referral that I've been involved with, and Gwen and Jordan and Dale from the staff standpoint. I think we want to continue to hold this, but Gwen, I would go to you for your wish. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think we should keep it in committee.
Yeah. And I think we'll just keep Dale on it as we have to date, correct?
That's fine.
Committee of the whole, I've had perhaps the longest standing referral for water litigation update going back to think my first year on council was just a mechanism to provide updates when we had updates on water litigation. That should certainly stay. I think the one thing I would suggest with it is to reassign the sponsor, since I'll be gone, and I would suggest that Gwen, you take on being the sponsor of that referral. So we just, if you're amenable to that, then let's just reassign it to you. Is that okay?
Happy to take that on. Sounds great.
Okay. And likewise, if there is any objection on any of these people, folks, just raise your hand. In land use and planning, Jordan, I'm going to defer to you, the first one, and any input on the others as well. You want to just dive into those three?
Sure. My thought on the planning board update, that's something that hasn't really come to fruition lately. Our planning board has a new chair, and I'd like to work with that person to maybe get these updates happening more frequently, but I think we could just re-refer it. So we could probably remove that for now, and then whatever format we have in the future, we could be a new referral.
Okay. That will, barring objection, we'll remove that one and see an update pending how you work that out with the new chair.
Okay.
Tunnel bike parking.
And this, I don't even really remember what was happening here. I think with comprehensive code reform coming up and with the transportation options item coming up in AUP today, I think that this is probably going to be covered by something else. So I'd recommend we remove it.
I agree. Any objection to that? Seeing none, and usually a good indication if we don't have a clear memory of it's usually a good indication it can go away and be re-referred as necessary. And the third one.
And this one's kind of funny because this is a standing referral, but we actually just dealt with this last week with a new referral. So I would recommend we just delete this and just re-refer it anytime it comes up, which will be annually about this time.
So to summarize, for the clerk's office, those three will be removed.
Brian, I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Oh, sorry. How about now? Better? Okay, I might have been covering my mic. So we're going to remove all three of those, and anything can be re-referred as necessary.
Correct.
Let's move Public Safety and Health Committee. Stacy, do you want to dive into? I'll take up the second one, but on the first one with Mr. Contos and Missoula Aging Services, any recommendation?
Stacy just sent out a message right before this saying that she was not going to be able to be here, but if I may speak for her.
Absolutely.
So she asked that the Missoula Aging Services item and the updates from the health department remain on the referral. And I have a personal opinion about the second item listed there under public safety and health, and I would suggest that be removed from the list and re-referred at an appropriate time.
Yeah, I will comment on that one. Heidi, do you have a comment on the first one or the second one? No comment.
Sorry, the third. I just wanted to point out we need to update the Spencer because Michelle is no longer on council. That's
right.
all.
So going back, we're going to keep the aging services update, which is completely appropriate. Mr. Khan our rep there and keep that referral per Stacy's message. And the second one, I agree with Julie's recommendation. Honestly, it should be re-referred. There was both the passage of LR 130, but then the legislature took action as well. I will be off of council, so Gwen or anyone else, there certainly is a likelihood of needing some sort of referral, but it's beyond the scope of what I'd indicated there. Is that consistent, Julie, with what you were mentioning?
Yes,
Yeah.
Just it should probably just be re-referred when there is something specific that is ready to be taken.
Agreed. Gwen, go ahead.
I would nominate Amber Sherrill to be referring person on the health department updates since she sits on the health board, if she's agreeable.
So, yep, on the third item there, Amber, any objection there to just reassigning the sponsor to you?
No, I'm happy to have that reassigned.
So we've dealt with those three, keeping the first one, removing the second one, and the third one under public safety and health, reassigning to Amber. And then our last grouping is public works. And then we have two items here, both with Jordan as the sponsor. What's your preference, Jordan?
Well, the first item, the bike and scooter share system, I think actually should have been automatically removed because that item was tabled. And in our rules, something can be tabled for 6 months, and then it basically disappears. So I think I do have interest in revisiting this, but I think it should also be re-referred at some point. And then the traffic control devices, this is something that I took on from Jason Weiner, I guess 6 years ago now, and we still haven't heard it. So let's get rid of it and bring it back if we need to. And I know they've implemented this, and Public Works staff have implemented this and done it well. I think it could just be part of another update.
Yeah, and that's consistent with my memory as well. So in summary, and you make a good point. That was tabled. And it should have, per our rules, the referral should have gone away. So both of those will be removed, and that second one can come back in a new iteration as is prudent. Was that clear enough for the folks, Claire and Megan? Was that clear enough on all of the items of how we're dispensing with them?
Yes, we got it.
Okay, fantastic. It's not really a necessity around public comment. There wasn't a motion. This is just committee work, but there isn't any. I'll just note that there's no committee, there's no public present. Any comments from council? Julie, I saw your hand. Okay. That was real fun, substantive work there. Seeing no other additional comments, I'm glad we got that cleaned up. And thank you for the opportunity to chair Cal these many times. So with that, we will be adjourned.